Hey, everyone. Welcome. Happy Friday. I'm so excited to see you all here. As we pop on live, we are everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, X. We're everywhere. So as we pop on live, just say hi in the chat and where you're watching from. I'd love to know. And for anyone who is in the Fear No Video private group, then please make sure to click where it says, click here, the pinned comment so that I can see who is chatting. So welcome everyone. Jasmine here with Fear No Video, your video coach helping network marketers, entrepreneurs, business owners, coaches to become more comfortable on camera so that you can vibe with your tribe, become more visible, and at the end of the day, make more money. And today we're going to talk about content. I'm really excited about that. And I am like super incredibly pumped up today. Okay. And the reason why is I had the best nap. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I am a television news producer. I produce a national morning television show. And anyone, like when you're watching your local news or your national news, and it starts at like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it is, the people who put that show on have already put in between like 6 and 8 hours before that show ever hits air. So say the show goes on at 6. I've already worked for 6 hours at that point, maybe 7. So this morning the show ended at 9 o'clock Eastern, and by I don't know 9:10 I was fast asleep. I work from home, which is brilliant. I love it. And one of my coworkers called me just a little bit after that and was shocked that I was already asleep. And I mean, when I say I was fast asleep, I mean I was having a dream and all of that. But I'm one of those people who's like a natural, like I can sleep like a champion. I don't even need a bed. Just give me a seat. I can be fast asleep within seconds. And so all that to say is if I were a health coach or a mental fitness coach or a sleep coach, then this would be an amazing story to tell to launch into some content, right? Because most people don't have that freakish ability to fall asleep like that. Like, I mean, in an instant. And under any circumstances, too. Like, I remember being in Milan in the airport, sleeping in the airport overnight because I was a young student. I was poor. I didn't have money for a hotel. And so um all these armed police were like, "Why are you here?" And they had their guns pointed at me. I was fast asleep, and I wake up because they're all around and they're yelling at me, and they're like, "Why are you here?" And blah blah blah. And so like they tell me, you can't leave these 4 seats. If you move, we'll shoot you. And I'm like, oh my God, that's really bad. But they left. I didn't leave those 4 seats, and I went right back to sleep, which is a freakish ability. So now, a couple of things with this story. Number one, you now know something about me that you didn't know. Maybe you didn't want to know, but whatever, you know now. That you didn't know, which really helps to get for you to get to know me a little bit more. And when you're doing content, when you're creating content, you want your viewers to know you. And number two, going back to if you're a health coach or a mental fitness coach, a wellness coach, whatever, a sleep coach, or if you are with a network marketing company that has like sleeping solutions, then you now have a story, right? Like, well, if you aren't one of those people who can go to sleep like that, you're not, some freak of nature who can get into REM within seconds, then you need X, Y, and Z. So now you go into X, Y, and Z, whether it's, your potion that you sell that helps people to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, if it's, you know, breathing exercises, because that is one thing. Like on those rare times that I can't sleep, I will lay there and do some breathing exercises. So, that's some content. So why do we do content? we're gonna go through some easy content ideas. That was one. But just think, that story right there gave, like four different content solutions for different businesses. Um, but why we do content, and then some easy content ideas. And I want you to stick around into the end, because I do have a really, really great offer for you that I want to share. And I'm also going to share my number one favorite way to find content that's not just coming out of my brain. Okay. And it's a lot of fun. So we do content because we need to be visible. So when you're on camera, you're creating some content. When you are doing a newsletter, a blog post, an Instagram post, an X, a thread, whatever you're doing, you need content to go on those platforms. And we do the content because our viewers, our audience, our potential customers, they need to see us. They need to get to know us. And they do that by they do that by watching us and seeing what it is that we're doing. And so it's really great, because we want our viewers to know us. We want them to get the information, but we have to put it out there. If you don't put it out there, they don't know it. So that's why we do content. And I mean, you can't just have an Instagram feed that's blank. No one's going to look at that. And if you don't constantly put things out there, then the people aren't going to know to come to see your content and see you there. So that's why we do the content. And these ways that I'm going to share with you can go for anyone, any business. I don't care if you're a network marketer. I don't care if you're a business coach, a health coach, a real estate agent. If you sell shoes and purses, I love shoes and purses. If you sell shoes and purses, if if you're a hairstylist, a nail tech, whatever it is, these can work for you. And you just have to figure out how to, really fit them for your niche, because these are kind of generic what I'm saying, but also that's one of the things that you get when you work with me as your video coach, is we narrow down what you need and what can work for your business and for you and your personality. So it all works together. All right. So personal story, like I just told you, with my nap this morning, which it was so blissful. And I have to say, I'm a little bit, pumped up and a little extra jazzed because I had a nap. But so again, back to being a fitness coach or a wellness coach, the importance of sleeping. That's a blog post. And you turn that blog post into a video. How to do deep breathing exercises. So you have a lot of different things that you can do. So that way you can focus on what you're talking about. All right. So we have the personal stories. We also have product demos. Product demos are amazing. When I was with my network marketing company, I would do product demos all day, every day. I would do DIYs and all these things, because every single time I would do a product demo, especially if it were a new product or a DIY using one of the products, I would sell that product. And that was great. That's more money in my pocket. Reaching people who may not have known about my company or my service or me, and now they're buying my product and they're joining my downline. And folks who were already in my downline, they saw a way they could use a product that they already had, but didn't know what to do with it. So that, it just gets people in that habit of using something. So that's what you want if you're a network marketer, right? Using your product. If you sell a physical product, you want them using your product or using your service, depending on what your service is. You can look at trends that are in your industry and see how those trends can adapt to you and your personality. And there are so many trends, and just Google, like literally Google. And one of my favorite ways is Google. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, you can also look at customer testimonials. Those are really great content providers. You can ask your customers to video themselves giving you a raving review, or they can write it down, they can do an audio record, whatever it is, but now you have some content. That is more content. And that type of content is important because that is a proof of performance. So, like, I don't know if you all have seen the one of the testimonials that I put out not too long ago, where one of my clients, she went from being petrified to being on camera and not showing up for her business to now having a wait list of customers, of clients, and she's a best-selling author. So all of that happened because she hustled, but it happened because she saw that she was not able to advance the way that she wanted because she was too afraid to get on camera and she didn't know what to do. So, proof of performance, social proof, great for your social medias, great for your blogs and your newsletters and all of that. Some other ways that you can create content or find content to do is to see what your peers are doing. And I'm not saying to copy what they're doing, because authenticity sells, authenticity converts, authenticity is important. So I'm not saying to do what they do or do what they do, how they do it, but see what they're doing. See what your peers are doing, because you're not the only person who is selling your product or service. You're not the only person who does what you do. So you want to make sure that, um, you just want to make sure that you're staying on point. FAQs, those are great to do. And you already know what people ask you, right? It's if more than one person asks you, it is now a frequently asked question. And so you can build an entire series around FAQs. You can answer a question a day. You can put that out in your post. You can put that out on video. You can put that out on your newsletters, and you just build out your FAQ, and then you already have it. Now put it on your website, put it, all these different places. So it boosts your SEO on your website. If you have one, and you're doing it every single day or however many days that you want to do it, because you're being consistent. And that's the other thing, is like when you're doing content, you want to be consistent. So people know they can trust you, they can trust your information, but also so that the algorithms can see, okay, her page isn't a dead page. She's putting something out on a regular basis. And what that looks like for you is going to be different. For me, it's several posts a day. For some people, it may be one or two a week, but then you do want to kind of build that up a little bit. And again, when you work with me as your coach, one of the things that we do is we come up with a content plan so you can, easily create consistent content that you can put out without driving yourself nuts, because nobody's got time for that. And so the other thing, tutorials, which we kind of talked about a little bit with like the product demos, but a nice tutorial. And I need to slow down because I told you guys I'm so like jacked up from my nap. I need to like pump the brakes a little bit. Because if I go too fast, you can't understand me and the brain can't hear it. And besides which, I have a speech impediment from an oral surgery. And if I go too fast, it's done. It's over. And I'm a fast talker to start with. So must temper it. Slow it down. So tutorial, just how-to videos. And depending on what you do, what you sell, that could be a month's worth of content right there, a video a day, and repeat them. You don't have to do them again and again and again, but you just repeat them. you know? So tutorials are great, demos are great. A day in the life is really fun. Do you ever watch those videos on, you know, YouTube and Instagram and TikTok where it's like, get ready with me kind of a thing, or just showing what you do from the time you wake up until you go to bed? And so, excuse me, for some people, it's really exciting or just interesting. For some people, not so much. So, you want to make sure you have something fun to show people that keeps them excited, keeps them interested. But, maybe you're like a doctor and you have all of these, you know, cool toys that you're getting for the day. You can show people how you use them and how they work in your practice. If you're a realtor, a real estate agent, a realtor, then you can show your customers, how you get a house ready for an open house, how you stage a home. So you wake up and get your coffee and now you're out, and I'm Miss Realtor, and I'm going to, stage the heck out of this house. And it's kind of like your own HGTV in a way. People love that stuff. So a day in the life is always really good. And motivational moments. Like, everyone needs a little dose of motivation. So is there something in your niche where you can talk about, just a little lift for your customers? And it doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't even have to be on video. What? Yeah, not all your posts have to be on video. But you do want to show your face. Okay, you do want to show your face. You can do these motivational posts that can uplift your customers, your potential clients, because no one wants to be, you know, sad and down in the dumps. And maybe they'll come to you and something will resonate. You just never know what will resonate with your people. And then, like, mindset. If you're a coach, 99% of what we do is mindset. So you want to talk about mindset, success. If you are a business coach, um, fitness. If you're a wellness coach, if you whatever it is that you do, look at the mindset, and then do some posting around the mindset. And business hacks. People love hacks. Tips and tricks, hacks. People love it. I mean, we all want the result, right? Without all of the hard work. So if you have some hacks that go along with whatever it is that you are teaching, or whatever it is that you serve, whatever it is that you sell, then that works out really, really great. People love hacks, love tips and tricks. So speaking of tips and tricks, hopefully, I can do this without screwing it up. So this is my favorite way to get. I'm looking because I'm going to Google, and then I'm going to hopefully be able to share my screen without screwing it up. And I legit have 85 million windows open right now, little tabs. Okay, so I tried this out to practice and it worked. So let's see if it really still works. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me know in the comments if you see it. And if you don't, let me know that too. All right, so one of the ways that I love to find content, and one of the ways that I help people find content, is to go to Google. And you might be saying, but what am I doing? What am I doing? So when you go to Google, you can type, let's see, what? Okay, why do I, hold on. Let me go to an incognito browser. Hold on one second. I should have done that. And I don't see how to go to incognito. Okay. So, okay. How to sleep. All right. So we search how to sleep. And one of the things that we'll do is, I mean, yes, you could look at the things that are in the top here that the Google AI created, but we have this thing called people also ask. And so with people also ask, you can put in, you see here, you've got, how do I make myself fall asleep? What is the 10-3-2-1-0 rule for sleep? How do I get to sleep tonight? So what you do is you can click on these or just create content around these questions, because that's what people are Googling, what they're asking when they log in. Oops, and let's see, let me get back to your page here with my trillion. Okay, there we go. All right. So you see that it can, you just put in, when you type in, a question, whatever the prompt is, whatever your niche is, then look at the people also ask. And then under people also ask, you will see what people are asking, and you can create the content around that. So I'll just say that again so that my face wasn't like right there. Go to Google, type in a question around your niche, whatever your niche is. That people are asking about it. If they weren't asking about it, then you need a new niche. Okay. If no one needs your services, if they're not asking about your services, you need to sell something different. And then you'll see people also ask. So under that, just look at those questions and create content around those. And you can keep going and going. It's an endless cycle there, because you click in each one of those. People also ask, and then there are more questions. So you can just, it's an endless loop of content for you. So it's really easy. Love it. It's a great way to find content in an easy fashion. Okay, so we are almost done here for today. That was my very number one favorite way to find content. And I do have an offer for you. I would love to invite you to the 5 Days to Shine video challenge, which starts on Monday, the 29th of January. And it is 5 days where by the end of the 5 days, you will be able to have a video that you can put on your socials and feel proud of. And in my last 5 day challenge, one of the students, she redid her homework assignment for the last day, and posted it and got an enrollment in her network market. Oh my God. You see, I'm going too fast. She got an enrollment in her network marketing company off of her video. And that was the very first time it had ever happened. So that's money, right? That's money right there. And this person could end up being a builder for her. Could you just never know. But you just think about like how much your one client or customer is worth, and the investment for this challenge is pennies. It is $19 for 5 days of expert content from me, someone who has been in television for over 30 years, who has been paid by TV networks to show people how to be on camera, to show them how to put themselves the best way forward. And I've done this for so many other, real people like you and me, coaches and network marketers and business owners, entrepreneurs, politicians, all these types of folks. So you're going to get 5 days of amazing education, and as long as you put in the work, you will get something out of it. So you have to do the work. There's no magic pill. Excuse me. But in any case, go to 5daystoshine.com. Let me drop that link in there for you. Okay, 5daystoshine.com. And it's really great because, it's personal. It's small group. $19 US. It's, less than an Uber Eats meal, that's for sure. And it can make you a lot more money. So go to 5days to shine.com, and I hope to see you in the group. It starts Monday, January 29th. It is all online. And 5 days, you can go from zero to amazing. So let me know what questions you have around creating content, finding content, ideas for your business. If you are stuck in your niche and you just don't know, you're like, none of this helped. I still have questions. Then just shoot me a message. Just, find me on Messenger. I'm very responsive. I answer. Come to the Facebook group, which is an amazing, amazing group. It's Fear No Video group, and I'll just put that in here too. So facebook.com/groups/Fear No Video group. Yeah. You can also, just comment on this video. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the 5 Days to Shine challenge on Monday. And have a very fabulous weekend. Bye.